Good morning, students. Today we'll discuss another part of the psychopharmacology, that is the drugs which are used in affective disorder, affective mental disorder. There are basically two groups of drugs. There are the antidepressants and antimaniacs. The antidepressants are the most common and important drug which are nowadays widely prescribed drug. Today we will discuss the antidepressant drugs. These are the most widely prescribed drug by doctors. They can elevate mood in depressive illness. Often you will hear somebody suffering from depression. So doctors frequently advise these drugs to the patient. Derangement of mental illness in affective disorder has two extreme ends, that is the depression and mania. Depression is characterized by symptoms like sad mood, loss of interest and pleasure, low energy, guilt, psychomotor agitation, worthlessness, suicidal thoughts. Mania is characterized by irritable mood, accelerated speech, constant talking, irrelevant talk, racing thoughts, increased activity, reduced sleep, reckless or violent behavior sometimes. In bipolar disorder, cycles of mood swings from mania to depression occurs over time. The mood, one can describe it like a pendulum. Just imagine a pendulum which is static. A stable mood is a static pendulum. Once there is some derangement in mood, that it starts swinging on either side. On the one extreme side it is the depression, and another extreme side is the mania. It is the depression which is more common, but it is the bipolar depression which is often found. That is, at one stage patient remains in depressed state, gradually it comes to a normal state, and from there mood swings to more excitement stage, ultimately leading to mania. Again after some time it comes down gradually to normal state, again swings towards extreme depressive end. So in this way, this is you can imagine a pendulum which swings from one extreme end to another extreme end, which can very well explain the mental state of a bipolar depressive disorder. Now, mood changes have a psychotic basis and delusional thinking, or occurs in isolation and induced anxiety. Antidepressants affect monoaminergic transmission in the brain in one way or another. Now the classification of antidepressants. There are basically two groups of drugs. One is monoamino oxidase inhibitors and another is tricyclic antidepressants. It is a monoamino oxidase antidepressants which are earlier used very widely for pretty long time, but because of its toxic effect, the second group of drug gradually came up, that is the tricyclic antidepressants. Now it is the tricyclic antidepressants which are very widely used, and practically the monoamino oxidase inhibitors are obsolete. There are a number of monoamino oxidase inhibitors which are available earlier, but nowadays a few are there and a few are again coming in market, and it is claimed that it is some of these MAO inhibitors are safer, just like that of tricyclic antidepressants. So in these days, the reversible inhibitors of MAO-A, in short, which is known as REMAs, these are used. Drugs are moclobemide, which is basically used nowadays again. Other is clorgeline. There are a number of other MAO inhibitors like selegiline, phenylcypromine, which are nowadays obsolete. That's why I have not mentioned those drugs. The second group is tricyclic antidepressants. These are the new modern drugs which are very widely prescribed in depression. The first group is noradrenaline and 5-HT reuptake inhibitors. That is, it inhibits both reuptake of noradrenaline and 5-HT. These are the older drugs. Drugs are imipramine, amitriptyline, trimipramine, doxepin, dothepin, clomipramine. Now, second group is predominantly noradrenaline reuptake inhibitors. Drugs are desipramine, nortriptyline, amoxicillin. Now, the third group is the selective serotonin reuptake inhibitors, which are the most widely prescribed drug nowadays, in short, which is known as SSRIs. Drugs are fluoxetine, fluvoxamine, paroxetine, sertraline, citalopram. All are very widely used nowadays. And this is the first line drug nowadays for antidepressants. The fourth group is the atypical antidepressants. These are the trazodone, mianserin, mirtazapine, venlafaxine, tianeptine, amantadine, bupropion. As there is fast invention of these drugs, you may find some new drugs in your book in latest edition. Now today we will limit our discussion to the monoamine oxidase inhibitors, which are earlier days widely used or widely prescribed drugs. Monoamine oxidase is a mitochondrial enzyme involved in the oxidative deamination of biogenic amines. The amines are basically adrenaline, noradrenaline, dopamine and 5-hydroxytryptamine. There are two isoenzyme forms of MAO, I hope you all know. The first group is monoamine oxidase inhibitors A, which preferentially deaminates 5-HT and noradrenaline, and MAO B preferentially deaminates phenylethylamine and is inhibited by selegiline. Dopamine is degraded by both. MAO A basically is distributed in peripheral adrenergic nerve endings, intestinal mucosa and human placenta. MAO B predominates in certain areas of brain and platelets. Liver contains both isoenzymes, that is, liver contains both MAO N and MAO B. MAO inhibitor drugs basically which are nowadays available are clorgeline, moclobemide, selegiline. These are the first group of drugs used in depression, as I said earlier, but because of toxic effects these are not used nowadays except moclobemide. These drugs inhibit a number of other enzymes and interact with many food constituents and drugs, and that is the main cause of withdrawal of drug as an antidepressant. The main adverse reaction which happens with MAO inhibitors, when these are very widely used, are the cheese reaction. As the name suggests, it is the cheese, common milk product, which is we often consume in our daily basis. So this cheese reaction results in a big problem whenever MAO inhibitors are used, and patient consumes cheese. That's why it is named as cheese reaction. Certain varieties of cheese, beer, wines, pickled meats, fish, yeast extract contains large quantities of tyramine and dopa. What happens in when this MAO inhibitor patients, these indirectly acting sympathomimetic amines escape degradation in the intestinal wall and liver because of the action of drug. That results in reaching into systemic circulation. They displace large amount of noradrenaline from transmitter loaded adrenergic nerve endings, and large amount of noradrenaline in circulation results in hypertensive crisis and cerebrovascular accidents. This is the biggest problem which occurred with MAO inhibitors when this drug was used widely earlier. There are large number of cases of hypertensive crisis and cerebrovascular accidents. Not only the cheese and pickled meats, some other common drugs like cold and cough remedy mixtures which containing ephedrine and other sympathomimetic amines, if it is consumed with MAO inhibitors, that also results in hypertension or hypertensive reaction. Levodopa with MAO inhibitor again results in excitement and hypertension. So there are a number of things which, if it is taken with MAO inhibitor, that may result in hypertension. That is the biggest disadvantage or demerit of MAO inhibitor. Alcohol and opiates, antihistamines, if it is consumed with MAO inhibitors, the action is intensified and prolonged. So this cheese reaction is very important. Sometimes it is asked in notes also in your theory paper. This is one of the most adverse effect. There are a number of other adverse effects also of MAO inhibitors, but that also, this group of drug is said to be the most toxic psychopharmacological agent, producing variety of CNS symptoms and autonomic side effects like agitation, hallucination, mania, peripheral neuropathy and hepatocellular damage. Now, after its withdrawal, again after some pretty long, quite long years, it has been found that some of these MAO inhibitors are useful, like tricyclic antidepressants, which are nowadays widely used. One of the drug is moclobemide, which is again coming in market as an antidepressant, and it is competing with the tricyclic antidepressant nowadays. So let us discuss this moclobemide. Because of competitive enzyme inhibition, tyramine is able to displace it. Potentiation of pressure response to ingested amines is weak. Dietary restrictions are not required. That means cheese reaction occurs less, very less. Hypertensive attack happens with this drug. It is a reversible and selective MAO inhibitor with short duration of action. It is an efficacious antidepressant comparable to tricyclic antidepressant and is safer in even overdose. This makes it a particularly good option in elderly patients and those with a heart disease. Moclobemide has emerged as a well-tolerated alternative tricyclic antidepressant in mild to moderate depression and in social phobias. Adverse effects are nausea, dizziness, headache, insomnia, rarely excitement and liver damage. So today we have discussed the MAO inhibitors which were nowadays obsolete, but few drugs are used. That's why I have mentioned this moclobemide. It may be asked in notes, even if you get for question. Now in the next class we'll discuss the important aspect, important drugs of depression, that is the tricyclic antidepressants. Thank you.